Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about how to unblock Netflix in 2017 and the upcoming 2018 year. Now, it all started roughly in 2016, the beginning of the year. I was one of the first people who wrote an article on how to unblock Netflix with a VPN. After that, there's tons of copycats and a lot of other VPN companies not mentioned in my article that said you could unblock Netflix with their VPN. Now, I've been testing these VPNs with Netflix for a long time, and most of them either have just given up or they just claim they work and they don't really work that well. So, how do you unblock Netflix in 2017 and 2018? Why would you want to do so? These are questions that we're going to answer very soon, and let's get started. So why do you want to unblock Netflix with a VPN? Well, if you're in a country that doesn't have good Netflix content, maybe you're in China, Iran, Russia, even Australia, all these countries have limited libraries of content compared to the United States. The United States has the biggest Netflix library out of them all. So if you want to go in one of these countries and try to access the United States catalog, the only way you can do so is by using a VPN or proxy. This is because a VPN or proxy changes your IP to trick the website into thinking you're in a different location. Now, you might think it ends there. However, in early 2016, Netflix decided that they didn't want people using proxies or VPNs anymore to access their content. The reason being is that each country or state or whatever has different deals with Netflix on what kind of content they can provide. So a lot of TV companies and things like that in countries don't want Netflix showing off shows that they don't want to be shown online. So basically, when someone gets a VPN or proxy to access Netflix content in the US, Netflix decided that they're going to start blocking these proxies and VPNs. They don't want people using these devices to trick the geolocation of the internet. So if you're in China and you use the VPN to access US content, this is something they didn't want to happen. So they started blocking VPNs and proxies in early 2016, creating this huge uproar amongst the Netflix VPN users. There's even a couple petitions that went around, and basically the ending of what happened is that the Netflix CEO came out and said there's a large minority of vocal users that use VPNs with Netflix, but we just don't really give a shit because there's such a small minority of the vast Netflix majority, which has billions of users by this point. So Netflix basically just said they don't really care, they're going to keep blocking VPNs and proxies. Now, this continued on for most of 2016. Most VPNs, like private internet access, some other ones just gave up the fight. It wasn't worth their time. They'd rather focus their resources on other things. Some VPNs, like TorGuard, actually stepped up to the plate, finding this a little bit of a niche in this subject, allowing Netflix users to access unrestricted Netflix content with a VPN via a dedicated IP. Now, you might be wondering, what is a dedicated IP? I've made a video on them specifically because they're so useful. When you use a VPN, you have a shared and a dedicated IP option with some VPNs. Normally, when you use a VPN, a shared IP is given to you because it gives you an anonymous IP that could be shared with other people, and it's just easier on the VPN company to give you these shared IPs than to give each user an individual IP. Plus, it's more anonymous that way if you have users using the same IPs, because you can't be differentiated amongst other users. So dedicated IP is unique to you, and one of the main ways that Netflix is blocking VPN and proxy users is that they're finding the shared IPs and blocking them. So when a user is using a unique dedicated VPN IP, it's a lot harder to block this IP. This is how TorGuard has gained a lot of success unblocking Netflix with their VPN. So let's talk about how to unblock Netflix with TorGuard in 2017 and 2018. There might be some other VPNs out there that can do something similar, but every VPN that I've personally tested, whether that be ExpressVPN, Buffer VPN claims that it works with Netflix, but I haven't found success with it. Some other VPNs like Safer VPN I just reviewed earlier this year, they claim they did work, but now they claim they don't. So it's a bit wishy-washy. TorGuard is really the only VPN that I've found that's worked consistently since 2016. Of course, there's been a little bumps here and there. Netflix was super aggressive in 2016, but now in 2017, it looks like things have calmed down a little bit. So it's even better with TorGuard now. 2018, it should be a similar case. Netflix is still banning some IPs, but with TorGuard's live chat feature, you can get your dedicated IP refreshed or given a new one if it is blocked without any charge. So let's go ahead and talk about how to get a dedicated IP with TorGuard. So here we are on TorGuard's website. Basically what you're going to do is pick the anonymous VPN option. You're going to buy this. Billing cycle, it's up to you. I think the $29.99 option is actually very good, cheaper than most. Right here, simultaneous use, you get 5 by default, that's fine. Regular did it 8. So this is where you want to get the streaming IP. Depends on where you want to get it. If you want to get a different country, so these are if you want to get an IP in these countries. It's not necessarily streaming, but if you're Netflix, I would recommend getting, if you want to stream Netflix, I would get a streaming IP. Now it's going to be a little bit extra per month, $7.99. So it is a little pricey compared to singular VPN usage, but there's not really many other ways around it. Any free options aren't going to work. Some DNS options you're going to be ripped off. Some other VPNs you're going to be ripped off again because they don't work. So this is really the only option here, and it's still working. So once you do that, you're going to go add cart to checkout. You're going to go ahead and check out, pay how you want. It's cool because there's tons of crypto options here. You can even use Monero, things like that. So you're going to check out. Once you do so, you're going to want to send in a ticket. And now how do you do that? So what you're going to do once you purchase that streaming IP with your TorGuard subscription, you're going to want to go to torguard.net/submitticket.php. Once you get here, you're going to click on this link. From here, you're going to enter in your name and your email address, and then you're going to enter in, I need dedicated streaming IP. For support, you can do support or department support, priority, whatever you want to do. Related service, you could pick the one you want that you just signed up for and just write out, I need a dedicated IP for streaming for Netflix. Now let's go ahead and show you how it works just to prove that it does. Start out by going to more settings, go to servers, and now here you're not going to be able to copy and paste your IP, you have to type manually. So I'm going to go ahead and get mine out. I'm going to have to blur it out here so I don't want you stealing mine. 108. Now you can put some kind of comment like Netflix server. Let's just do United States. This doesn't really matter. It's just to help you remember it. And go ahead and add, save. Now what we're going to do is go here. We're going to look for our dedicated IP address server. Let's see where, here it is. Now I pick it. For now, I'm just going to go with this option here. Good enough security. You're going to connect. All right, we're connected. So now let's go ahead and launch Netflix. And there you go. See, it's working great. You got TorGuard connected here with this show on. So there you go. If you want to connect to TorGuard with your VPN to unblock Netflix around the world, it's pretty simple. You're just going to have to purchase that dedicated IP with your subscription and you'll be good to go. This works anywhere in the world. So if you're in Iran or China, or Australia, or anywhere else, or if you just want to use a VPN with Netflix in the United States but you can't, this is the best way to do it. If you want to stick around for more tutorials, VPN reviews, or anything else, stay with best10vpn.com and this YouTube channel.